Hello friends, welcome back to Planescape Torment episode 2. We are here with the nameless one, we are here with Morte, and we are going to continue our playthrough. First though, I would like to thank you for the comments that you left on the last video. Especially the one really long comment with all the tips, which I do appreciate. I think that the blind playthrough should be kind of as blind as possible, but I am definitely open to tips which help me experience as much lore of the game as possible and just help me optimize my experience in a way which gives me the best of the game. There's not like a hard rule on what I consider appropriate or inappropriate in a blind playthrough, but yeah, generally I'm just not going to look up anything external on my own, and I'll leave it to you guys if some of you comment that I should maybe look something up because the game doesn't explain it very well, or I need additional context for something which I can't really find in the game, then I will do so. But yeah, as of right now, I still have no idea where the Planescape setting is from and what this game is going to be all about.
Let's shake a leg. Well, I mean, you shake a leg.
Right. Thank you, Morte. And with that interjection, let's come back to our game. So, another tip that I got from the comments is that items have item descriptions, and yes, right-clicking gives me item descriptions, which are definitely going to be useful. So we are also going to be reading all of those. So we have 2 bandages, which heal 3 hit points. This is a roll of bandages useful for stanching minor wounds. When used, bandages will heal a character for 3 hit points of damage. To use them, either select the use button, that would be this one, or place them in one of your quick slots and use them on the quick action menu on the world screen. Bandages are stackable, obviously, so when you pick them up, they automatically stack on top of one another in your inventory. Neat. If you wish to unstack them, you can simply double-click the item and you will be given an option to divide the stack. Right. Good to know. And then there's our scalpel that we picked up. This simple surgical cutting tool looks like it's seen a lot of use. Okay, we have damage, we have speed, we have weight. That much is easy to understand. Then we have proficiency. So I assume edged blades are going to be different from like blunt weapons. And it's apparently not usable by priests. That is interesting. So, priests, I wonder if that's one of the classes available in this game, because we are already aware of the class fighter, right? Or, I don't think it said anywhere that it is a class, but I think that's what it looks like to me. So, I'm going to assume that that is the case. And, yeah, we also have our eyeball. This is your eye. It looks like it's seen better days. I'm sure it has. It's still funny that I only have one. And then we can also select Morte, and we do have something here. Morte's Bite. Default weapon. Proficiency fists? Don't ask. Okay, I'm intrigued. Morte's Bite is lethal and he can masticate someone to death. As long as his quick weapon slots are not all filled, Morte can always select Bite as his current weapon. Morte's Bite is his default attack. Although the amount of damage he can do with this bite is relatively small, it allows him to attack quickly, which can infuriate any mage who's trying to cast a spell. Interesting, so is this telling us that magic takes a long time to cast, usually? It's not like one of those settings where you can just shoot magic like it's a machine gun. You have to like wait for the spell to wind up or something. Interesting. I'm sure there are going to be some differences, right? Because we did see that there's that speed is a real stat with weapons. So I assume that's going to be similar with magic. All right, and we can also talk to Morte, which I'm going to do right now. So dialogue, Morte, is that the way to do it? Yep. What's eating you, Chief? Oh wow, a lot of options here. So I can ask him to repeat a lot of the things that he's already told me. I'm not sure if I'm going to learn anything new, so let me just try one of those options. What is this place again? It's called a mortuary. It's a big black structure with all the architectural charm of a pregnant spider. Got it.
Hey,
I
what's
got
eating you,
some
Chief?
other questions though. Right. So I think this was the exact same line that we saw the last time. So this is just if I forget. But I don't forget because I also rewatch the video when I'm editing it. So I hear these things like 2-3 times. So it's easier to remember something. That's another reason why I started the YouTube channel, to sort of help me see games through to the end, and also just remember more and get more out of them. Before you said something about making sure I didn't kill any female corpses. Why? Oh, this is going to be with him. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is him trying to get into their good graces, I suppose.
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
How do I use these bandages? Right, that's just the thing that it says in the inventory. Okay.
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
I don't think we have any useful questions to ask him. Right. These are all things that we talked about the last time. Oh, I tried to use WASD to move again. It's gonna be a hard habit to unlearn, especially because I'm also playing some games at the moment which do use the WASD control scheme. So we have zombie workers who are not attacking us. Let's try talking to one of them. The shambling corpse gazes at you with vacant eyes. Her skin is paper thin, almost wispy. It's like someone draped a sheet of cobwebs across her frame. The number 594 has been scratched onto her forehead with a charcoal pencil. Well, let's take a page out of Morte's book and try to ask the corpse out. So, doing anything later? The corpse continues to stare at you. Farewell then. Psst, you see the way she was looking at me? Huh? You see that? The way she was following the curve of my occipital bone? You mean that blank-eyed beyond the grave stare? Are you blind? She was scouting me out. It was shameless the way she wanted me. Wanted you to go away, maybe. She was obviously too distracted by me to pay attention to some stupid bobbing head with a big mouth. Do we want to go for the sassy dialogue option? I think I am going to be sort of sassy and sarcastic with him because he gives off that sort of vibe of someone who likes that sort of treatment. You? Yeah, right. Trust me, chits beyond the grave don't care about all that physicality, and I've still got a body, and I'm all scarred and good and tough looking. They want guys with spirit. That's me, Chief. You? Corpses like you are as common as copper. Whatever, Mort. Let's go. So Mort has this classic personality of a fun companion to be around. You know, someone charismatic, someone perpetually horny, someone just that's a lot of fun to talk to. Kind of reminds me of Dandelion from The Witcher, but not really. It's like superficial similarities, I suppose. I hope we are going to get to know Mort more. Alright, it's been a couple of days since I recorded, so let's see if I can remember the controls. Bloodstains, rust, and other remains cover the surface of this metal slab. It is much larger than most of the other slabs and is sitting on a platform that allows it to be rotated. Right, yeah, this is kind of a round platform. Right. Nothing to see there, I suppose. So let's keep going this way. Is this the corpse we talked to, or is this a different one? This corpse is lumbering along a triangular path. Once it reaches one of the corners of the triangle, it pauses, then turns and staggers toward the next corner. It has 965 tattooed on the side of its skull. As you approach, it halts and stares at you. Heh. Looks like someone forgot to tell this sod to stop walking the rule of threes. The rule of threes? What do you mean by that, Mort? These corpses don't have much left in the attic, so they can't do more than one task at a time. When they're told to do something, they'll keep doing it until someone tells them to stop. This poor sod probably finished some tasks and they forgot to tell him. Who gives them their commands, though? Either one of the caretakers here, or else whatever necromancer raised them out of the dead book. Raised with a capital R, interesting. Probably one of the caretakers here. They're the ones who need the cheap labor, after all. I see. What was that you said before about the rule of threes?
Updated my journal.
Ah, updated my journal. We'll take a look. Eh? Well, the rule of threes is one of those laws about the planes, about things tending to happen in threes, or everything's composed of three parts, where there's always three choices, and so on and so forth. Interesting. So is this an actual rule? I mean, to me, it kind of sounds like bullshit, right? It sounds like a legend that people would tell each other. It sounds like a popular wisdom, which is not always as wise. But this is a fantasy setting, so it might very well be a real thing. And obviously, Morte is going to be a skeptic, right? He is just that sort of character. You don't sound like you hold much faith in it. It's a load of wash, if you ask me. If you look for a number, any number, and try to attach some great meaning to it, you're going to find plenty of coincidences. Understood. I wanted to examine the zombie a bit more. So, why are you walking in a triangle? Let's ask it. Why not? The corpse stares at you blankly. Leave the corpse in peace. Interesting. So I almost walked past these corpses because I wasn't sure that they would have anything new to add. They seem to be just like generic type, the generic and same type of character. So the left side of this woman's face looks as if it was caved in with a club, and her flesh sags in bruised, swollen clumps over her ruined skull. The number 626 has been stitched onto the corpse's right cheek just below the eye. Nasty wound you've got there. The corpse continues to stare at you with its one good eye. Farewell then. Right, not particularly talkative, are they? So these caretakers, it sounds like they resurrected these corpses to perform free work for them, essentially to serve as slaves. I don't suppose they mind a lot, because it doesn't seem like they have a personality or soul or whatever you call it in this world. What about this place? Did we... Okay, it's, yeah, it's same thing as it said here, right. Alright, let's keep going. Oh, wow. That guy has seen better days. Zombie workers, more zombie workers. Okay, the containers. We have, wait, this is our inventory, and this is the container, right? So nothing there. What is this, though? Receiving room logbook. Interesting. Can I right-click it? Yes. This huge logbook lists mortuary procedures in a tight, crabbed script. All shells entering the mortuary are to be delivered to the receiving room and locked with the scribe on duty before being embalmed or cremated. The records are to be checked to determine if the shell is one of the contracted, and if so, do not prepare the shell. Move the shell to one of the preparation rooms, contact the scribe on duty, and notify him that the contracted shell is to be raised. Be certain that the shell is thoroughly stripped of its possessions before being sent to the preparation rooms. The contracted workers are intended for simple manual labor and do not have the capacity to search and strip a shell. The faction is not responsible for any possessions lost or items stolen by the collectors who have brought the shells to the mortuary. The shell's possessions are to be stored in the receiving room until an initiate can be sent to claim them. Please catalog all possessions in the logbook. Following this list is thousands of entries of bodies that have been sent to the receiving room. As you flip through the rest of the book, however, you notice that the last page has been cut out. So, shells are... What are those shells? At first I thought that they would be like shells of human beings, like shells as in corpses. I know it's kind of a metaphoric language, but that was my initial thought. But, and yeah, I suppose it is the case, right? One of the contracted preparation rooms raised. So yeah, the capital R before wasn't an accident. This is raised with a capital R. It's kind of it's supposed to be a term. reminds me of some fantasy books like I don't know, Brandon Sanderson's, where he uses these verbs also with capital letters to signify that they are like related to the magic of the world, or they are like special in some way. Right, so shells. Of course, they can't really refer to them as in human terms, right? So they just use the word shells, or was there anything else? I suppose workers is human enough. So yeah, they are intended for simple manual labor, right? We did say that they don't really have a soul, or they do not seem to have a personality, or really the capacity to do anything beyond like simple physical labor. The shell's possessions are to be stored in the receiving room. Well, well, well. Is this the receiving room then? Maybe we will find some nice possessions of our own. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping this book in case I need to refer to it again. Is this... Yeah, this is me. Okay, I was like, ooh, who is this character there? He looks like a giant robot. No, it was me. Ooh, we have fist irons. 2 to 4 crushing damage, not usable by mages. So we have fighters, we have priests, we have mages. Are there more? This crude iron bar is designed to slip over the fist, with the thick portion resting in the palm and the iron ring facing outwards over the knuckles. While wearing these fist irons, a single punch can shatter someone's jaw. Many weapons in Torment do similar amounts of damage, but the type of damage each weapon does varies. Some creatures are more vulnerable to certain types of damage than others. I would assume so. If your current weapon isn't doing much damage against a creature, chances are it is resistant to it. Switch off weapons and see which one works best. Okay. So far we have plenty of room in our inventory, so no reason not to take these. And then we have copper commons, which I suppose will go here. This is a handful of copper commons. Succinct and to the point. Yes, so we have 13, so that seems to be the local currency. Let's chat with some of the zombies. The smell of formaldehyde emanating from this corpse is particularly strong. It smells like it was applied recently, and with good reason. This corpse appears to be in an advanced stage of decay. Her jaw is missing, and some of the flesh has slid off her skull, revealing the number 1072 chiseled into the bone. I think this one is perfect for you, Morte. I'm sure you would love her, let's see, what was it? Her missing jaw and her flesh that is no longer there. I think this one's seen better days. The corpse does not respond to your voice. The fact it has no jaw may have something to do with it. Then again, none of the others really responded to us, did they? Either that, or it simply has nothing to say. Same, honestly. The number 1201 has been inked on the forehead of this corpse, and the ink has run down its eyes, cheeks, and jaw. As you follow the ink tears down the corpse's face, you notice it has run into the stitching sealing the corpse's lips and has caught on what looks like the corner of a note stuck in the corpse's mouth. Man, I love these descriptions. This is why I want to talk all of these to talk to all of these corpses for. The descriptions are good. They cooked with these. Really reminds me a lot of Disco Elysium, where they just take the time to describe every detail, and it makes you feel like you're reading an actual book. Which, by the way, I believe Disco Elysium was supposed to be a book originally. Fun fact there. Okay, try and pull the note out. The note has mingled with the ichor in the zombie's mouth. If you tried to pull the paper out through the cross stitches, it would tear the paper to shreds. Hacking up the corpse to get at it looks like it will destroy the note. You need to find a delicate way to remove the stitches before removing the note. Well, time to use our hand-eye coordination, or which one was it? Or we could just use the scalpel, I suppose. There we go, 250 XP just for that. You deftly slice through the stitches sealing the corpse's mouth, and the jaw sags open. You carefully pull the note from the corpse's mouth. Despite the condition of the paper, the writing on it still appears legible. right, and this is telling us how to read it. I'm not sure if there was like a hidden skill check there, or if there are only overt skill checks in the game. Like, if I needed one of my stats to be high enough, would the game have told me? Or would I not really get the option to use the scalpel at all? I guess that remains to be seen. This looks like one of those options that every player is meant to get because it's still kind of part of the tutorial, right? Let's examine the corpse again before we read the note. Sorry about slicing those stitches, I just had to see what was in your mouth. The corpse's milky white eyes stare at you vacantly. Alright, let's read the note. Note from corpse 1201. This is a foul-smelling note retrieved from the mouth of one of the mortuary zombies. It looks like it was sewn into the corpse's mouth by accident. Despite its condition, the writing is legible. Please, to whatever dustman reads this, I beg of you. I know of my legal obligation under the terms of the debt contract, but I am prepared to offer more than my signing fee if you will cremate my body rather than raising it. I have arranged for this note to be left with my body upon my death. If you are reading this, then please use this note as instructed and accept the result in exchange for my contracted duty. Let my contract number serve as the key. It looks like the corpse was too late to prevent the raising, but you can notice that beneath the writing is a diagram. It looks like directions for folding the parchment into a strange pattern. Oh, that's super interesting. Okay, so cremation is a thing in this world, and some people obviously prefer it to being raised and serving as zombies, which I don't really blame them for. If you are ever capable of examining an object further or performing an action, you can, use button. Allows you to manipulate the item through a dialogue screen. Right, let's investigate it. Yeah, this is the same one, okay. Is it? No. This foul-smelling note has a strange-looking diagram inscribed beneath the writing. It looks as if it's instructing you to fold the corners of the note so their points touch the center. There is a series of strange marks on each corner. 1 mark on the upper right, 2 marks on the lower right, 3 marks on the lower left, and no marks on the upper left. Huh. Okay, so is the number of marks the number of folds I should perform on each corner? But it could also be the order. It could be like first, second, third, zeroth. Okay, let's try the first thing. Let's try 1 mark on the upper right. Let's fold the upper right into the center. You fold the corner inwards so its point touches the center. Okay, so then we have then we want the lower right into the center twice. Ah, okay, it doesn't. I can't do that twice. So maybe it is order. Okay, whatever. Let's just do lower left. I see that we can retry if we want or if we need. Well, I thought something would happen at this point. I suppose I'll fold the last one too, even though that makes no sense really. Okay, let's think about this. Instructing me to fold the corners so their points touch the corner. No marks on the upper left. So maybe I should do that one first. Let's do that, that, and that. And yeah, I don't think that really gets me anything. I mean, I'm picturing the note in my mind as I'm folding it, and I'm not really sure how the order would change anything about how the note is folded, to be honest. Okay, I don't know. Let's start with lower left, maybe. Yeah, I don't get lower left as another option, so it can't be that I have to fold it 3 times. Lower right, upper right, and upper left. Okay, this is I'm confused. I guess I'll leave the note alone for now. Maybe I'll come across someone who can help me with that, or I'll find something to help me understand what all of this means. Empty. Wow, it's pretty gory. Oh, what is this? This is a huge book you're reading there, buddy. Dhall. Huh. Alright, we'll talk to you as soon as we can. This female corpse is making the rounds from slab to slab in the room. Her hair is knotted into a long braid and looped around her neck like a noose. Ooh, like a noose. Our character has a morbid sense of perception. I suppose dying and being brought back will do that to you. Someone has stenciled the number 1096 onto her forehead, and her lips have been stitched closed. Nice braid, I suppose. The corpse does not respond. You doubt it even knows you're there. Farewell, then. What is this? These barrels contain a murky liquid. It smells like a cross between vinegar and formaldehyde. Right, we saw this already, so let's try to think about what this liquid could be. It sounds like something to preserve the corpses, right? Yeah, hopefully we will learn more about that. You're coughing there, buddy. Are you okay? Let's talk to you. This scribe looks very old. His skin is wrinkled and it has a slight trace of yellow, like old parchment. Charcoal grey eyes lie within an angular face, and a large white beard flows down the front of his robes like a waterfall. His breathing is ragged and irregular, but even his occasional coughing does not slow the scratching of his quill pen. Charcoal grey eyes, large white beard. This guy sounds like sedentary Gandalf. Greetings. Whoa, Chief, what are you doing? I was going to speak with this scribe because he might know something about how we got here. Look, rattling your bone box with Dusty should be the last thing. Ah, so he's a Dusty. He's a dust man, huh? Before Morte can finish his rant, the scribe begins coughing violently. After a moment or two, the coughing spell dies down and the scribe's breathing resumes its ragged wheeze. And we especially shouldn't be swapping the chant with sick Dusties. Come on, let's leave. The quicker we give this place the laugh, the better. Before Morte can finish, the scribe's grey eyes flicker to you. The weight of years hangs heavy upon me, restless one. He places down his quill. But I do not yet count deafness among my ailments. A restless one? Do you know me? This guy knows us, huh? Know you. There is a trace of bitterness in the scribe's voice as he speaks. I have never known you, restless one. No more than you have known yourself. He is silent for a moment. For you have forgotten, have you not? Yes, I have forgotten pretty much everything. About who I am and who everyone else is, and speaking of, who are you? As always, the question, and the wrong question, as always. He bows slightly, but the movement suddenly sends him into a bout of coughing. He pauses for a moment, catches his breath. I am Dhall. Perhaps you can answer some questions for me, Dhall.
Updated my journal.
Right, we didn't read the previous journal update, did we? I gotta remember to do that after this. Or maybe I will keep the journal readings until the end of the episode every time. We'll see. Very well, what did you wish to know? Well, pretty much everything. What do you do here? I am a scribe, a cataloger of all the shells that come to the mortuary. Dhall coughs again, then takes a deep breath. As long as the stream of corpses flows through the mortuary, I shall remain at my post. Tell me more about the mortuary. This is where the dead are brought to be interred or cremated. It is our responsibility as dustmen to care for the dead, those who have left this shadow of life and walked the path to true death. Dhall's voice drops in concern. Your wounds must have exacted a heavy toll if you do not recognize this place. It is almost your home. Lots of things I can ask about. I don't think Sigil was mentioned, was it? We read about it in the journal, I think. But nobody brought it up in conversation. Shadow of life. Yes, a shadow. You see, Restless One, this life, it is not real. Your life, my life, they are shadows, flickering of what life once was. This life is where we end up after we die. And here we remain trapped, caged, until we can achieve the true death. Interesting. So we have life, we have second life, which is what we're experiencing right now, and then we have the true death. I wonder if this is like a universal in the world of Planescape Torment, or if this is something specific to this place, or this community, or Sigil, or... True death. True death is non-existence, a state devoid of reason, of sensation, of passion. Dhall coughs, then gives a ragged breath. A state of purity. Right, I mean, it could be viewed in that way. I suppose there is something pure in death, right? It does sound like Oblivion too. I am going to ask why anyone would want that, because I hope to learn more information about this, but I do think that the concept of death can be a true death can be appealing, especially in a world where you have like second life and you're raised as a zombie and you have to work, and it's, I don't know, sounds miserable. Sounds like Oblivion. Why would anyone want that? It is worse than remaining in the shadow of what life once was? I think not. Shadow of life. Yes, we asked about that. We asked about the mortuary, right? I had some other questions. How did I get here? Dhall snorts in contempt as if he finds the memory repugnant. Your moldy chariot ferried you to the mortuary, a restless one. You would think you were royalty, based on the number of loyal subjects that lay stinking and festering upon the cart that carried you. Oh, so I arrived here on a cart.
Updated my journal.
Yes, your body was somewhere in the middle of the heap, sharing its fluids with the rest of the mountain of corpses. Dhall breaks into another violent fit of coughing, finally catching his breath minutes later. Minutes? Wow. Imagine me just standing there looking at him as he's coughing for minutes at a time. Your seneschal Farad was as always pleased to accept a few moldy coppers to dump the lot of you at the mortuary gate. Ah, so the mysterious Farad finally has a title of seneschal. So he knows us, obviously. Well, who is this Farad? He is a collector of the dead. Dhall draws a ragged breath, then continues. We have such people in our city that scavenge the bodies of those that have walked the path of true death and bring them to us so that they may be interred properly. Huh. Collector of the dead. Yeah, I think we did hear about the collectors, right? Where can I find this Farad? If events persist as they have, Restless One, you have a much greater chance of finding Farad finding you and bringing you to us again before you find whatever ooze puddle he wallows in this time. Whatever ooze puddle he wallows in this time. Sounds like Dhall doesn't think much of Farad, but Farad is apparently resourceful and should be able to find us, which is good news. As then again, this is not usually how it goes in games like this, so I assume I will have to actually find him. Well, nevertheless, I must find him. Speaking of. A slight warning creeps into Dhall's tone. Do not seek out Farad, restless one. I am certain that it will simply come full circle again, with you none the wiser, and Farad a few coppers richer. Accept death, restless one. Do not perpetuate your circle of misery. I should accept death, huh? As in, I should kill myself in this place? I should... I don't know. I should subject myself to these dustmen again so that they can perform experiments on me like on these other subjects after I'm dead, or... Oh. Farad sounds like kind of an opportunist in Dhall's estimation, with me none the wiser and Farad a few coppers richer. Sounds like this has happened before. I have to find Farad, though. Do you know where he is? I mean, we need to find him because we need to learn about who we are and so on. Dhall is silent for a moment. When he finally speaks, he seems to do so reluctantly. I do not know under which gutterstone Farad lairs at the moment, but I imagine that he can be found somewhere beyond the mortuary gates, in the hive. Perhaps someone there will know where you can find him? The hive. Well, obviously the word brings to mind bees, right? But I imagine it's like an analogy. The hive is buzzing with all sorts of activity. That's how I'm picturing the hive. Thank you. I still have some other questions, I think. Such as, do you know who I am?
Updated my journal.
I know scant little of you, restless one. I know little more of those that have journeyed with you, and who now lie in our keeping. Dhall sighs. I ask that you no longer ask others to join with you, restless one. Where you walk, so walks misery. Let your burden be your own. So there are others who have journeyed with me, and are they here?
Updated my journal.
Do you not know the woman's corpse interred in the memorial hall below? I had thought that she had traveled with you in the past. Dhall looks like he's about to start coughing again, then catches his breath. Good job, Dhall. Am I mistaken? What woman? I'm not aware of any woman's corpse that we saw. The memorial hall below. Ah, gotcha. So it's gonna be a different place. I know nothing about her. Where is her body? Well, in the memorial hall below, obviously. I know nothing about her. Dhall makes no response to this. He simply stares at you in silence. Well, where can I find her then? The Northwest Memorial Hall on the floor below us. Check the beers there. Her name should be on one of the memorial plagues. Mayhap that will revive your memory. Well, mayhap it will, so mayhap I will go find her. I had some other questions for you before I go, though. Such as... Can you tell me how to get out of here? The front gate is the most obvious exit, but they will not let anyone other than dustmen pass. Dhall breaks into a ragged cough, then continues. One of the guides by the front gate has a key to it, but it is unlikely he will open it for you unless you are extremely persuasive. Will 18 charisma do the trick? Hopefully it will. Otherwise, my scalpel will have to do the trick. I still have more questions, and I think this is the... this is actually the penultimate one. Did we ask what he does here? Yes, we did. Okay. So yeah, my question is, you sound ill. Are you not well? I mean, they've been bringing up the fact that he is coughing or needs to cough, so he is obviously on his last legs. Actually, he's not even on his legs anymore. He's just sitting in a chair reading a giant book. Sounds like a pretty cool life, actually. I am close now to the true death, restless one. It will not be long before I pass beyond the eternal boundary and find the peace I have been seeking. I tire of this mortal sphere. Same, dude. Dhall gives a ragged sigh. The plains hold no more wonders for one such as I. So we knew about the true death, but the eternal boundary sounds like there are lots of names for things, and they are helpfully capitalized, which is something that I actually quite enjoy about English fantasy and sci-fi, or English-speaking fantasy and sci-fi. The eternal boundary, the boundary between the shadow of this life and the true death. Well, I think we exhausted all his options and learned a great deal about this place and everyone in it, so farewell, Dhall. As you turn to leave, Dhall speaks. Know this, I do not envy you, restless one. To be reborn as you would be a curse that I could not bear. You must come to terms with it. At some point, your path will return you here. Dhall coughs, the sound rattling in his throat. It is the way of all things flesh and bone. Well, then perhaps we will meet again, Dhall. Of course, WASD, right. Okay, that was interesting. An interesting character for sure. I wonder if we will get to meet him again, or if he will have passed by the time we come back here. If we come back here. I assume we will come back here at some point. Nothing here. What about this? This corpse has been completely wrapped in bandages like a mummy. This body is completely covered by a rough, dark cloth. So far the progression seems to be pretty linear. I was gonna say, okay, yeah, we are going to go through this gate, not this one. The gate looks sealed shut. There is no lock or other means of opening it. Yeah, so far this has been pretty linear, which makes sense. It's still the tutorial, right? Okay, this looks like maybe a place that is a bit more open. Let's talk to this zombie worker. I like how they're not hostile. This huge corpse is standing silently in the corner of the room, facing the wall. He looks to have been a heavy-set man in his early years, and judging by the condition of the body, he died only recently. The freshly stitched number on his forehead reads 1664. This corpse looks like it is serving as a librarian, for it is carrying a huge stack of books in its arms. Books, huh? I love those. Let me see them. The books appear to be old mortuary ledgers, none of them of any particular interest. As you search through the texts, however, you notice a loose page folded between two of the books. You are suddenly struck with the feeling that someone tucked it there to hide it. And I can just take it. The zombie is just going to let me take the page, huh? The page doesn't look like it belongs with the ledgers. It looks like it belongs in a logbook. The tear is clean, as if with a knife, so you suspect the page was removed on purpose. Well, let's read through the page. You take a moment to read through the page. It is a list of dead bodies brought to the mortuary and locked in the receiving room. All the entries appear to be recent arrivals. Examine the zombie again, I suppose. It was great talking to you. Farewell. You gotta be polite to the zombies, you know? Even though they can't really talk back. Especially because they can't talk back. Receiving log page. This ragged page looks like it was cut neatly out of a book. It is written in a tight, cramped script. 16,537, 5th night. Drunk, chest wound, cause of death mauling or Abishai. Collector pox. 3 commons paid, no possessions. Abishai. Some sort of animal or wild creature. 16,538. 5th night. Desiccated corpse. Cause of death indeterminable. Age of shell prevents identification. Collector Farad. 3 commons paid. No possessions. Stripped. Knife marks evident from dissection. 39. Scarred shell. Cause of death indeterminable. Scars do not appear to be cause of death. Shock trauma. Farad. 3 commons. Fist irons, 13 commons. Yeah, those are the ones we picked from the chest or whatever that was. Middle table, receiving room. Right, so this is yeah. These are the possessions of all the corpses, right? Collector Farad. Farad looks to be a pretty busy collector. So far, out of the 4 that I've read, he brought in 3 of them, and they only pay 3 commons for corpses. That's ridiculous. Also, how does he even get those corpses? Does he just find corpses, or does he make corpses out of living beings? Because those are 2 completely different things, although they both seem pretty abhorrent to me, but obviously different levels of abhorrence. Collector Farad, I'm also seeing that the cause of death seems to be indeterminable a lot of the time. So yeah, age of shell prevents identification, same thing here. So I guess they are people who died of natural causes, apart from this one, which yeah, was mauled to death. Knife marks evident from dissection, but the dissection was not thorough enough. Copper earring found lodged in abdomen. Earring has been locked in southeast preparation room. I assume I can also go there and filch it. Have an initiate from the 3rd circle examine it. It has strange markings like those on contracted worker 79. An initiate. I think we heard about the initiates in the 1st episode, and about that they have a pretty important role here. Skeleton. Indeterminable, obviously. Okay. Again, Farad. As with the previous entries, these shells Farad has brought also shows signs of having been prepared. I have asked that Initiate and Morrick launch an investigation into the matter. Furthermore, entry 16,542 is one of Farad's gang. I have seen the individual before. I would ask Emoric to pay heed to how the man died. 5th Night Tiefling. Excuse me, so there are tieflings. Right, I have played Baldur's Gate 3. I've also played the beginning of Baldur's Gate 1, but I have played through Baldur's Gate 3 like 3 times, so I'm quite familiar with tieflings. So tieflings are a thing in Planescape. Interesting. Male, cause of death, slash marks, discoloration of wounds, consistent with grave rot, ghoul claws, Collector Farad. Right, so what did we learn here? Number 1, Farad is a very busy collector. He brings in like most of the corpses. Number 2, there is also another collector named Pox. It's not referring to the disease, right? This has got to be someone named Pox. Number 3, Farad runs a gang, apparently. Farad's gang. So he's like a gang member, which I guess kind of explains why Dhall didn't really seem to like him too much. Number 4, we learned about Initiate Emeric, which is how I'm going to pronounce it from now on. Hopefully I'll remember to do that. And we also learned that tieflings are a thing. Grave rot, another interesting thing to keep in mind here. Okay. And we learned where all the loot that we have picked up or can pick up came from. We did read the note, right? Yes. All right, interesting. Now, let's explore a bit more before I end the episode, and I'll keep the journal reading as the outro. I can't go there. All right. Oh wow. Damn, this is gruesome. Blood everywhere. I'm honestly kind of grateful that this is not higher definition graphics. Nothing here yet again. Bandages, okay, automatically stacked. Great, love to see that. It seems like I can just take things from here without anyone minding very much, because this person doesn't seem to be a zombie and they're not saying anything about me robbing this place. The bandages covering this body are soaked with blood. Even though this corpse looks several days dead, blood still trickles from its wounds. Now that is quite interesting. So maybe the solution that we saw, the mysterious liquid, is something to keep their blood sort of viscous and or just keep it fresh for longer. Are they extracting blood from these people for a specific reason? Another corpse on a stone slab. There is no indication what the body died of. I mean, I know that their main shtick seems to be that they are turning these people into mindless slaves, workers, robots. What will you? But I suppose they also want to make good use of all the other resources, like blood. You see a slight young woman with pale features. The sunken flesh around her cheeks and neck makes her appear as if she is starving. She seems intent on dissecting the corpse in front of her, prodding the chest with a finger. So this is Iveen. Greetings! The woman does not respond. She seems too intent on the body in front of her. As you watch her work, you suddenly notice her hands. Her fingers are talons. They are darting in and out of the corpse's chest cavity like knives, removing organs. I said greetings? I'm not gonna say the other thing, that sounds kind of impolite. The woman makes no response. I think the dusty chit might be a bit short of hearing, Chief. Let's lay off, shall we? Yeah, but Mort, what is wrong with her hands?
Updated my journal.
She's a tiefling, Chief. Oh no. Oh, that's awkward. She's a tiefling. They got fiend blood in their veins, usually cause some ancestor of theirs shared knickers with one demon or another. Make some of them addled in their head, and addled looking too. Right, should we try to get her attention? I don't think the tieflings in Baldur's Gate have talons, or they're not as prominent as I'm picturing these talons anyway. So maybe there are differences between how they are portrayed in these two settings. Let's get her attention. The woman jumps and whips around to face you. Her eyes are a rotting yellow with small orange dots for pupils. As she sees you, her expression changes from surprise to irritation, and she frowns at you. Greetings? She doesn't seem to have heard you. She leans forward, squinting as if she can't quite make you out. Whatever is wrong with her eyes must have made her terribly nearsighted. You. She clacks her taloned fingers together, then makes a strange motion with her hands. Find thread and embalming juice. Bring here to Iveen. Go, go, go. And this is how I get assigned quests. Got it. Quests are displayed in your diary and in the quests portion of your journal. Sounds straightforward enough. I had some questions first.
Updated my journal.
She turns away. She makes no sign that she heard you. Yeah, okay. I don't think she's willing to talk. Right. Well, let's look at my journal and then we'll wrap up the episode. So we have a new quest. Fetch embalming fluid and needle for Iveen. A strange woman with taloned hands and tallow-colored flesh on the second floor mortuary embalming room mistook me for a zombie and asked me to fetch some embalming fluid and needle and thread for her. There must be some around the mortuary. She mistook me for a zombie. Oh, I didn't actually get that. Oh, yeah, I suppose she must have. I suppose that would be an easy mistake to make in our current state. Right, and this is sort of to keep track of everything we did today, and there is a lot that we did. Let's not read the whole thing per se, let's just sort of run through it to get a reminder of what we saw today. So, the rule of threes, right? Some people believe everything tends to happen in three. I'm at Dhall, of course. I knew I had forgotten myself before I even spoke to him. Did I know him before I lost my memories? Maybe. Farah delivered my body here in a cart. Was I actually dead when he did this? So yeah, the journal is definitely worth reading just for the Nameless One's reflections, right? Because they sort of help me also figure out the story as I go. And yeah, it's going to be helpful to run through these every episode. Yes, I should ask people in the hive where I can find Farad. Dhall apparently knows little about me. Yeah, there was a woman who journeyed with me who is on the first floor of the mortuary. I assume we'll get there soon. I encountered a tiefling, someone with fiendish blood in their veins. So Morte is definitely an unreliable narrator, but yeah, it seems like he was telling the truth about how even their mind can get a little addled. It sounds like there are a number of tieflings about, which would imply a fair number of fiends as well. Yeah, that's a good connection to make. Man, look at the game teaching me how to think about its lore. Iveen. Tallow-colored flesh, nearsighted and deaf. Wow, what a life. Yes, and she wants me to fetch an embalming fluid and some needle and thread, which I will try to do. I haven't come across any yet, and I think I've been looting every container dutifully. Maybe I missed some, so maybe I will have to come back. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the third episode. Bye.